Trump's not even in office, and his voters already know what city he wants to go to. Take a look.
You know what American city they're going to start in? They're going to start in Chicago. He was a guest Monday night at a holiday party for Law and Order PAC. This is one of the quotes, according to CBS in Chicago. Tom Homan said, Chicago's in trouble because your mayor sucks and your governor sucks. And so he said it's going to start in Chicago right after the inauguration. And Homan asked the Mayor Johnson, and Governor Pritzker to come to the table and help with the biggest deportation in history. And here's the other quote. He said, if your mayor doesn't want to help, he can step aside. There's Johnson right there.
Tom Homan knows where he needs to go. He's going to Chicago for a reason. And you know what? The people of Chicago, they agree.
Listen to them speaking out against their mayor. Watch.
Mayor Brandon Johnson, you took an oath to uphold the Constitution. Or when you took an oath, was it only intended to fight for the 10th and 14th Amendments regarding illegal aliens?
We don't want illegals in our community. We don't want migrants terrorizing our own people. And to have y'all sit up here and say, we have to accept $70 million being given to them when you got black people who are already struggling and need help, it is a disgrace.
All people. And that, by the way, we could have played 12 of these.
Yeah. I know.
So the people agree with Tom.
Well, and you could see in that wide shot, you could see that some people were wearing, you could see red shirts. You know what the red shirt said? Chicago flips red. So essentially, he's getting in. Let me just finish this up. So essentially, those people who are showing up are suggesting, okay, you don't listen to me. Just remember, politics have consequences, and we could flip this town red, which would be rare.
I'm so glad this is their message, finally, because you've been to Chicago how many times?
I mean,
Gianna Caldwell's brother was killed there, and it's very dangerous already. The money needs to go to the residents. It doesn't need to go to the illegals.
Well, Ainsley, and when I was there a few months ago, they're showing this now. We're showing this now, but we covered this leading up to the election.
Yeah.
They have shut down schools of kids in the community. They said they didn't have any money for it. And then they reopened them.
To shut them down?
Well, they shut them down because the city said, here's the airport. They said, we don't have any money to fund this school or this community center. But then they reopened them, found the money magically for the illegals there.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when I was in there as well? I was outside of one of the holding facilities. There's drug bags all outside of the place where they clearly have some type of illegal substance there. And the residents have been crying out for help for a long time, and the mayor is still giving a backhand.
I know. Why is the mayor doing that? He's not listening to the people.
But you know what's interesting is that the people he thinks he's representing, he doesn't understand. He's going by an old playbook. He thinks that if I go to the bat for inner city America or for minorities in my city, I'm going to make the hard decision against the law enforcement. But law enforcement and his people actually agree. He's the impediment.
Yes.
So is the Denver mayor the impediment. Yeah. Denver has fallen apart, crushing on its own weight. Per capita, more illegals, more immigrants than even New York City. And all this mayor cares about, I'm going to fight for my people. Do you understand that your people are asking you to get out of the way?
And he once agreed. Yeah. He told us in an interview that they're at their breaking point. Magically, when Donald Trump is elected, then he turns back to the same old thing. Yeah. So you can't just resist because it's Trump. You got to do what your people are asking you to do.
And the Chicago people are simply saying, look, you're spending too much money on the migrants. And you know what? You know what I think the people of Chicago would like? A Department of Government Efficiency.
How long is
they need a Doge in Chicago.
Do y'all know how long he's in office?
Well, he just got
it was like a year ago.
He's like a year, 2.5 years, I would say. I'd say also they are in the red.
They got to get it right. They got to get it right in Chicago. They continue to elect these individuals that aren't common sense.
And that's why Tom Homan is starting in Chicago.
The crazy thing is he was second, and they had the runoff, and he ends up winning because he consolidated the left.
Chicago reminds me of New York. Remember, they were great cities, great cities. I still love New York. Y'all know I love New York, but it's different.
Chicago's beautiful.
Chicago was a clean mini New York. I used to always say I love to go visit my college friends in Chicago. But now we're hearing all these stories of how, I mean, Carly, Carly used to live there. They had an apartment there. Her husband.
Yeah. And there was I will never forget the mass shooting that took place outside our old apartment in Chicago, just across the street.
Nice area?
Yes.
Nice
Beautiful area. Drive-by shooting.
All the
at
great
a gas
stores
station
on Michigan Avenue, a lot of them were closing down.
Exactly. And an innocent person was hit. So that's a jarring reality for a lot of people living in Chicago.
Guys, if you made it to the end of this video, subscribe. If you're entertained, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You're definitely going to do me a favor. I would appreciate it very much. I'm going to give you more videos. Isn't that what you want, to be entertained? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'll see you guys in the next one.